freaking Park Ranger! Mother son of a gun! Mother Park Ranger! Park Ranger!
Well, the tire that's in the back definitely has a hole in it. We ended the last video arriving in Moab and showing a few snippets of Canyonland National Park and some of the sights and scenes that we saw right around Moab. We're going to pick up this video from the journey around Moab for about a day and a half, and then back to El Paso, Texas before bodywork was done. And then I'll post some pictures at the end showing the bodywork after it's been complete. The trails with the water crossing, that's called Onion Creek. And just if anyone's curious about that, it's definitely worth doing. It's not too long of a trail. It's pretty easy. It has several very shallow water crossings. Highly recommend. But hope you guys enjoy. Stick around. Thanks for watching. We just got to Arches National Park. Drove up to the Delicate Arch trailhead. We're just starting to hike here.
In the first half mile was worth the price of entry into this park.
Definitely.
To me, in geology, this is kind of like the Redwood National Forest. It's just stunningly beautiful. Amazing.
Yeah, so I think this trail we're on is about a mile and a half to the arch and a mile and a half back. I could be wrong on that, but we're just now starting. Got a little cabin in the background here, but pretty excited. just finished stopping in at Arches National Park this morning. So we're headed to Onion Creek Road right now. But Arches National Park was spectacular. It's just crazy what all formations are there.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, words just don't do it justice, really. And everywhere you turn, it's just a fantastic, incredible rock formation. Just beautiful.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to do that. We got in, luckily we got in pretty early in the morning. We got through the front gate at 7:30. There was only like 1 or 2 cars in front of us. Didn't have to wait in line long, so.
And the climb up was pretty
to the Delicate Arch.
To the Delicate Arch, yes. But there were some old people that older than me that climbed up there. And I had to stop and rest a few times, but it was worth every step, worth every bit of it.
Yeah, it was cool. So definitely recommend coming to Moab in general, and there's just so much to do here. I wish I would have known how many options there are to do just anything here. Yeah. Pretty cool little spot. Definitely gonna have to come back.
And there was several people with families of like 3 little kids, and we were out at the bottom, kind of headed to the parking area, and a young dad is telling his 6-year-old daughter to get ready because this is going to be a strenuous hike. So it was both preparation and vocabulary education.
Yep.
So, and it was.
Well, we'll get some footage of Onion Creek here before too long, and get you guys seeing what we're seeing. We're about to do Onion Creek Road here in Moab, Utah. Driving in through the Colorado River Canyon right now. It's gorgeous in and of itself. Definitely suggest checking into some campsites along the way here if that's something you're into.
There hasn't been 1 inch of this road that is not incredibly fascinating. It's just beautiful. The geology is beautiful.
Yep. So we'll be checking out Onion Creek here before too long. It's crazy just going down this creek. You're just running right alongside. You got all these rock formations right up next to you. Definitely recommend coming this direction if you're in the area.
They say that this has 27 creek crossings. I don't know how many you've done so far. None of them are too deep, but they're just cool.
Saturday, just woke up. It's about 6 a.m. We're in the Virginian Motel here in Moab. You can see the new door. We are storing in the hotel room, but we're about to get all this packed up and head back to El Paso. It's about a 9-hour, 45-minute drive from here. So, wish us luck. Start of our final descent south into El Paso.
Back into civilization.
Yep. We had quite an ordeal at the end of the day yesterday. We went through Onion Creek Trail, which is really cool. We decided to continue on the trail into the BLM land and got into some trails that our Garmin GPS was telling us would loop back around, which in fact they did not. It got us to a fairly swift flowing creek bed that had large boulders on both sides. Didn't see any signs of trail on the opposite side that we got to. Went through quite a few more hairy rock maneuvers there, I would say, than I normally like to get into, but this thing handled it with ease, and
only scraped I might have said this yesterday, but only scraped the running board on the side one time, and some very steep descent climb outs, and the bumper just barely scraped one time.
Yep.
And the angles were very challenging in this truck. I mean, it didn't even struggle to get up. It was good. Very impressive. On some of those rocky areas, we could have walked faster than we could drive.
Yeah.
Because it was so rocky. But it was fun. It was interesting.
Well, at one point along the way yesterday, we got a metal shard in the tire. So luckily, my dad had an air compressor that he brought with 3 fuses, and we were able to kind of keep enough air in the tire until we got back into Moab to get a tire repair. But we blew 2 of those 3 fuses, so we were on our last one, hoping to get back before we lost enough air to cause problems. We found a local tire repair shop, charged $40 for the repair, but we got there 2 minutes after they closed. We called them ahead of time, and they knew we were coming, but luckily they were able to patch the tire up and fix it, and it's having no issues now. So here we are on the road again. We got about 9.5 hours to El Paso, and hopefully we don't have any issues today. We got Williamson Arch here right off the highway. We got some gorgeous views. That's one thing about Moab I will say, is everywhere you look is just, it's gorgeous. It's awe-inspiring, and you just can't look anywhere without seeing something pretty. If you look, there's a fine coat of all the red Moab dust from yesterday everywhere. We were driving with the windows down. Had to give the truck a little off-road baptism.
We did pick up 2 grasshopper freeloaders, but then they got out before we got out of the park there.
Yep. Had to be done. Had to put it through its paces to see if it would survive, and it did. We are 22 miles from the motherland known as Texas, and just made our last pit stop. About to go get the vehicle inspected as soon as we get in town, so I can start filling out all the paperwork to get the title transferred back over to a rebuild. And been utilizing the seat warmers quite substantially on this trip to keep my back nice and loose, because man, we've been in the scene.
Make Shelby jealous.
Yeah. So we're pretty excited to get there. I'm gonna go eat at the one and only Chico's Tacos in El Paso, Texas. So excited about that too.
Well, and again, this is a guide thing, but when you're riding in a vehicle that's, you got under strain, you expect a new vehicle to run just perfectly and all that, but it just feels really good in your soul. Something just runs as good as this thing does. It's just loping along extensive stress tests on the four-wheel drive part, and I mean, it literally is performed at a 10 at everything that we've asked of it. And you're getting
yeah, 83 miles an hour, like 2100 RPMs.
and how many miles to the gallon?
Getting like 20.4, 20.5 overall on the trip. And oh, here's a state trooper. Let's see if we get pulled over. Nope. Well, that was close. We do not have plates on the vehicle, so. But yeah, getting 20.4, 20.5 overall for the trip, and that is including all of the off-road we did and traveling at 75, 80, 83 on the highway. So that's pretty good in my opinion for those types of speeds and those types of conditions.
And I just am going to make a comment on the price of life. Isaac and I stopped and ate lunch at a Dairy Queen. He got a hamburger. What did you get it?
I got a third pounder hamburger.
I got 4-piece chicken fingers, and we each got a Blizzard, and I got a small soda, and it was $39. $39 for two guys eating at Dairy Queen. A simple meal.
Yep.
Can't believe it.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So, other than that, everything's going great.
Yeah, we'll make up for it at Chico's and that.
Yeah.
But, well, almost done with the trip. We'll get some footage of the Texas sign coming up here shortly, and then show you some Chico's to finish up the video.
Okay, we're coming up on the big Texas star that tells us that we're crossing into Texas, crossing the state line. You can see all the bugs on the windshield. We've been pretty much the whole trip without any problems, but then we get down here, and in the last 50 miles we've had bugs galore. And so we thought about doing it so you wouldn't see them all. We decided to go ahead and show it in all of its beautiful ugliness. So there we go.
Back in the motherland.
Yep.
As the state motto says, drive friendly, the Texas way.
That's right. And don't mess with Texas.
Yeah. Drove straight into the inspection shop here, get it inspected so I can go ahead and get the title transferred and into a rebuilt here. Right when we got into Texas, went straight here. Well, the journey has finished. Made it all the way to El Paso. Doing a final walk around with a little bit of the red dirt that was still on here from Moab. It did very well on this trip. Just got it inspected the moment we got into El Paso here. I have the secondary door that we got to replace it. The final day. I see this before all the work is done. Just a final look at the damage. You can see the door damage here and under on the cab corner and the rocker, where even right here you can see some of the where the side steps attached to the body. But here's we just went and took it through the car wash, and man, this blue does look very good in the sunlight. Thanks for watching, guys. I know it's not like your typical YouTube videos, but I just wanted to show a little bit of this adventure that my dad and I took from Montana back to Texas. So hope you enjoyed. Like always, hope you're having a great day. Keep on enjoying life out there. Say la vie.